Welcome to Audi MedCup TV for day 2 of the Region of Sardinia Trophy in the beautiful city of Cagliari. Well, we've come back here 4 years in a row now, and each time it delivers us great conditions, and today was no exception at all. We had about 18 knots today of northwesterly Mistral conditions, and it was really tight, close, exciting racing. Here to talk it overall with us is from Container Mark Legess and from Mangoni Kevin Sproul. Thanks for joining us, guys. Before we get into today's racing though, we're going to give you a bit of a history lesson into this beautiful city, Sardinian city of Cagliari. It's the 4th year in a row the Audi MedCup has come to Cagliari to compete for the Region of Sardinia Trophy. The Phoenicians were the first to settle here and called it Caralis, the city of rock. But the Romans, Pisans, Aragonese and others have also left their mark. Aside from the beautiful cityscape, the Bay of Angels is the other main attraction.
In
Cagliari, we usually find either a southwest sea breeze or the famous Mistral, which can blow for 3 to 5 days from the northwest for up to 25 knots. We'll have a good start to the week with the Mistral, and then the wind will drop off later.
And its Mediterranean conditions are perfect to showcase the very best of sailing's Champions League. So that's where we are at the moment, Cagliari, and it's a very, very reliable sailing destination as well. Mark, can you just tell us, what are the characteristics of Cagliari that make it so spectacular? I mean, we've had some great years here on the MedCup.
We have had some great years, but one of the reasons I think we all enjoy it is because there's no right way to sail this place. Every time we come here, we leave thinking which way worked, you know, because we never know. You know, some days the left works, some days the right works, and it's a really, really tough venue. But you know, the water's warm and the wind's strong, and it's great sailing.
Well, Container was a perfect example of that. You guys came out flying yesterday and had a bit of a topsy-turvy day today. Quantum were the main players. I mean, they finished with 2 6th places yesterday and really came out firing today. So let's take a look at the highlights of race 3 and 4 of the TP52s.
Audi ALL4One won a race on Wednesday by sticking to their convictions about the left-hand side of the course. Today, in the first race, they tried the same again, and along with Synergy and Quantum Racing, the 3 arrived at the top mark for the first time altogether. The conditions on the second day of the Sardinia Trophy were more benign than the first day, with the northwesterly still blowing in the middle teens, making for tough and physical sailing. The first run and subsequent runs had teams needing to be extremely careful to stay in the pressure and anticipate the next puffs to position themselves accordingly. The Russian team Synergy proved to be the most comfortable with the conditions and turned their tight lead at the top mark into an advantage that was never seriously threatened for the rest of the race. Having had 2 bad races on the first day, Quantum Racing bounced back with a second to match the last place of the overnight leader Container. Significantly, the Franco-German team on Audi ALL4One continued to sail consistently, recovering from a 4th at one point to finish 3rd in the race 3 and move into the lead overall. Again, the battle was for the left-hand side of the course off the start line in similar conditions to race 3. The 2 Audi boats, ALL4One and Audi Sailing Team, didn't get the starts they wanted and were immediately compromised off the line. They did, however, choose very different solutions to the problem, with the red boat tacking away to the less fashionable right-hand side of the course, whilst the Italian team tried to live to leeward of the leading pack. But it was Quantum Racing's afternoon, as they never put a foot wrong, starting well, sailing fast and smart to lead around the top mark and sail away with a comfortable win. Their first and second on the second day of the Sardinia Trophy now puts them back in 3rd place overall, as the overnight leader from last night had a mediocre race, finishing 4th. The biggest move of the afternoon, however, came from Bribon, who climbed from a poor start and first leg all the way back to 2nd with some smart sailing downwind. Following the escape route taken by Audi ALL4One after the start, again sailed smartly and consistently, losing more distance on the first downwind leg but managing to recover impressively by tackling the best gusts of wind on the run to sneak into third place just before the finish. The Franco-German boat now leads the Audi MedCup going into the third day.
Well, Quantum Racing, what a turnaround today. Audi ALL4One still hold the top of the table. In fact, they've extended their lead today. Container, despite a 7th place and a 4th place, still sticking it out there in second ahead of the American boat, Quantum Racing. Now, Mark, I don't know how you can summarise this for us, but it's such close racing out there. And you guys, you didn't have the best day today. You had a great day yesterday, and it was a complete change of fortunes for Quantum Racing. How can you explain this to us?
Well, first of all, Quantum Racing's a pretty polished outfit, and they deserve to be leading the Audi MedCup. They are really, really good. They had a bit of an off day yesterday. We had a blinder. I think luck was more on our side than brilliance. And today we didn't have such a good day, but if you look at the score sheet, every team's won a race, every team's come last, so it's just another day in the MedCup.
It's really small things, isn't it? I mean, you can get a metre here and a metre there, and all of a sudden you've got a big gain, and there's a lot of luck to it as well, isn't there, Kevin? Is that what you're finding in the Soto 40 fleet?
I don't think it's luck. I think it's polished performances from Iberdrola, the top team in our fleet. And they're very smooth around the race course. There are tiny differences. I mean, today we had 2 races where the whole fleet was very close together all the way round, but they're just a little bit better at hoisting the spinnaker, dropping it, and all round a bit smoother, so it gets them to the front of the fleet at the end of the race.
Okay, well, let's have a look at all the best bits from the Soto 40 class. Here's Marcus with the highlights.
The 4-strong Soto 40 class made their Italian debut today in the beautiful Sardinian sailing conditions. Starting after the TP52s, the newcomers to the class, the Italian team on 22 TAS Sardinia, had a baptism of fire as they were shown the way around the course by the other 3 more experienced crews. But once again it was the Spanish Iberdrola team that dominated from start to finish, winning the first race by a massive margin. Again, the Spanish boat dominated from start to finish, but things were much closer. Tony Buckingham's recently modified Tiller steering Angoni kept it close to the second Spanish boat Noticia all the way around. As this fleet races more and more, it's clear to see the boat handling developments that are being made as the Europeans get more and more used to racing this new one design class. However, the reference is still the Spanish team, who have managed to keep one step ahead in the experience building stakes, always managing to eke out an extra 10 metres from the other boats on every manoeuvre, and they convincingly turned this into another win this afternoon.
So exactly the same results today in race 1 as in race 2, so the 2 Spanish teams on top. Kevin, I just want to come to you. You're in 3rd place, and I think you would rate that as a really good performance considering you've had some changes to the boat, and it's your first time racing here in Cagliari, right?
Yeah, I think overall we were reasonably happy with today. We led round the windward mark in race 2, so we would really like to have won that race, but we were not quite fast enough downwind. I think that's a lot to do with the change from wheels to a tiller. We're still getting used to it, and the owner doesn't do a lot of sailing, and he's doing unbelievably well. I mean, we didn't really expect to be right in the race, and we were, so we're pretty happy with that.
You're loving it out there, aren't you?
Oh, it's brilliant. I mean, the boats are fantastic, and every race is exciting. We finish and we're actually exhausted at the end of it. We've injured a few people today. Our spinnaker trimmer, Mal Parker, he's hurt himself, and a couple of the other guys have got little injuries, so we're hoping everybody's going to be healthy for tomorrow.
Nothing too serious?
No, nothing serious.
Okay,
no.
Well, great conditions out there today, and we're expecting more of the same tomorrow. Tomorrow marks the exact halfway point in the season, so it's getting really exciting now. It's so close in the fleet, we just don't know who's going to be on top by the end of the week. The Audi MedCup TV team is back here at 12:55 CET tomorrow, so I'll see you back here then for more exciting racing in the Region of Sardinia Trophy.